The Thunder Ancestor sat on the ground, his gaze cold and deep. He can spy on my secluded and slumbering place and even transmit sound? Thunder Ancestor pondered. Flame Wind. Thunder Ancestor used the transmission token to transmit sound from afar. How much do you know about the Galaxy Ruler? What happened? Primogenitor Yen Feng asked in confusion through the transmission. I haven't dealt with the Galaxy Ruler. The information I know is the same public information that you know. Just now, he directly transmitted sound to my secluded and slumbering place, Thunder Ancestor said solemnly. Primogenitor Yen Feng was also astonished after hearing this. When venturing outside the source world, they needed to confront the powerful from billions of worlds and battle many low-level primordial lifeforms. Therefore they took the safety of their residence very seriously. There was naturally a lot for sale like cave mansion secret treasures and various protective formations. Whether it was Primogenitor Yen Feng or Thunder Ancestor, they were undoubtedly cautious in guarding their secluded and slumbering places. We can be sure he hasn't jumped out of the braided cage, Thunder Ancestor said in a low voice. So, making this move, he must have obtained some extremely powerful secret treasure. You mean, truly top-tier secret treasures in infinite space? Primogenitor Yen Feng also guessed. The infinite space treasure vault, with treasures valued at least 100,000 reward points, was also renowned outside the source world. Many half-primordial life beings purchase such treasures regardless of cost. But such treasures are very hard to obtain. Like Emperor Ming, who amassed over 110,000 reward points through outstanding performance and spiritual will. However, the Great Tao realm is fundamental. Emperor Ming did not hesitate to exchange for some inheritances most suited for himself. Therefore, the remaining reward points were insufficient to trade for a secret treasure worth at least 100,000 reward points. For Emperor Ming himself, this was the most suitable choice. His Tao comprehension was rather weak. Under the guidance of a special grade inheritance, with the help of the imperial clan's resources, and under super strong spiritual will, he could not comprehend a complete Great Tao. So he chose primordial bloodline cultivation. Tapping into the potential of the primordial bloodline was much easier than understanding the Great Tao. Although Emperor Ming did not become ultimate realm, he could even kill most emperors and monarchs in one-on-one situations. Thunder Ancestor initially only amassed several tens of thousands of reward points. Primogenitor Yen Feng barely exceeded 100,000 reward points. But similarly he spent quite a lot on inheritance. Luo Fong, having accumulated over 200,000 reward points, exchanged for an Eye of Life and Death. The truly top-tier secret treasures of infinite space are said to be prohibited from being taken out of the source world, Primogenitor Yen Feng transmitted. The few that can be taken out, those cultivators generally do not carry them. Those that can be traded outside are generally secret treasures worth several tens of thousands of reward points. Those over 100,000 reward points are very few. Even if there were transactions, we wouldn't be in line. Looking at the many source worlds and billions of worlds, where experts from all sides gather, Primogenitor Yen Feng and Thunder Ancestor appear ordinary. Yes, such treasures are generally prohibited from being taken out of the source world. Within the source world, we cannot do anything to this Galaxy Ruler. Thunder Ancestor's heart itched. He was genuinely envious. Compared to the special life remnants and the original secret techniques, the infinite space with at least 100,000 reward points treasures is the most special. Over multiple eras, it's rare for even one to emerge. Since he dares to publicly display this means he's not afraid of us targeting him, Primogenitor Yen Feng said. I guess, he simply cannot take this treasure out. Thunder Ancestor agreed with his friend's speculation. Why is he looking for you? Primogenitor Yen Feng asked. It's about White Demon and Lan Duo, Thunder Ancestor simply explained the matter. Primogenitor Yen Feng understood. It said the Galaxy Ruler detests evil like a nemesis. It's true. He might want to kill White Demon and Lan Duo, but since they are both on MT Latang and the Galaxy Ruler can't kill them, he asks you to deal with it. Me to deal with it? Thunder Ancestor listened. He can't kill them, so I should? The decision is yours, Primogenitor Yen Feng transmitted. If you kill them, he might owe you a favor. If you don't, this Galaxy Ruler, detesting evil, probably won't let it go. Thunder Ancestor laughed. You're right, the decision is mine. MT Latang within the ancient Great Hall. Ancestor. 8 monarchs respectfully knelt down, not daring to look up at the one above. Thunder Ancestor looked down with a cold gaze. Towards the Galaxy Ruler, he had fear, anger, dissatisfaction, and jealousy. But facing these kneeling monarchs, he couldn't muster any emotions. White Demon Lan Duo, do you two acknowledge your sins? Thunder Ancestor spoke indifferently. White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch trembled inside upon hearing. They were dumbfounded. The reason they dared to plunder within the Thunder Ancient country's borders was that they understood the Ancestor's temperament well. The Ancestor was aloof, not caring much even about these monarchs. As for the death of ordinary royal family god kings, Thunder Ancestor cared even less. As long as it didn't affect the entire ancient country's operation, the Ancestor was too lazy to bother. The creatures they plundered amounted to about 1/20th of the wilderness. Over time it could naturally repopulate. Acknowledge the sins. White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch, though having many thoughts, responded respectfully without hesitation, not daring to rebut. A rebuttal might instantly turn them to ashes. Worse consequences than plundering countless creatures. Since you acknowledge from today on, you too shall go to the heavenly pillar realm. Either obtain a special life remnant or an innate secret treasure, Thunder Ancestor said indifferently. If you fail, perish with the land of origin. White Demon and Lan Duo were stunned. What? Fail to get treasures and they must die? Even if they choose to reincarnate, when the land of origin faces destruction, they'll still die. Yes. White Demon and Lan Duo, painfully unwilling, could only obey. Thunder Ancestor cast a cold glance at them and then vanished from the throne. These two monarchs were excellent tools cultivated by him. How could he easily waste them? Naturally, he pressed them for their abilities. Obtaining a special life remnant is a big gain. An innate secret treasure would be a small gain. White Demon, Lan Duo, plundering in the Edge Kingdom is one thing, but plundering within our ancient country. Now the ancestor has severely punished. You should properly atone. You too presumptuous. The other monarchs showed no sympathy. White Demon and Lan Duo didn't say a word, turning to leave the hall. Huyang City, the quiet room of the city lord's mansion inside the Star Tower. On Luo Feng's brow, the eye of life and death opened, watching MT Letang from afar. Under his observation, he could see past moments. Past moments worlds seemed to create a continuous massive video, which Luo Fong could easily observe. Like a trace left in flight. All past experiences are imprinted in time and space. The stronger the power, the better the self-concealment. Generally, mastering the complete Great Tao can perfectly hide oneself. However, Luo Feng's eye of life and death was the observational ability of a high-level primordial life outside the braided cage. Even the Thunder Ancestor and primogenitor Yen Feng, Luo Feng could glimpse some traces. Of course, their communication through transmission tokens couldn't be spied by Luo Feng. Luo Feng, observing past moments, easily discovered the scene where in the Grand Hall at the peak of MT Letang, Thunder Ancestor summoned the Monarchs. Sending them to the Heavenly Pillar Realm, forcing them to obtain a special life remnant, or innate secret treasure? Luo Feng frowned. As for their subordinates, not a single one was punished? Having reviewed old Star God King's memories before, he saw many memories where countless creatures were given to Lan Duo Monarch. Lan Duo Monarch's mouth would immediately consume countless creatures. Those scenes had long stimulated Luo Feng to murderous intent. He had already decided to kill those two. But under MT Letang's protection, under Thunder Ancestor's shelter, he was also very troubled. So he contacted Thunder Ancestor. I displayed some special means, yet the Thunder Ancestor still didn't take it seriously. Luo Feng shook his head lightly. Forget it, relying on others is not as good as relying on oneself. It's better to do it myself. Doing it myself, although there's no guarantee. But I have to try. For the countless creatures swallowed. So that strong ones in the land of origin won't dare to recklessly consume creatures in the future. Luo Feng decided to go all out this time. Phew. Two figures traversed a long distance, arriving at one entrance of the treasured location, Heavenly Pillar Realm. All because of you, Lan Duo Monarch said angrily. Under your instigation, I worked with you, and who would have thought it would make the ancestor so furious this time? You benefited and now you blame me? White Demon Monarch sneered. At least you, Lan Duo Monarch, have an avatar on MT Letang. I have none, and I have to venture to the depths of the Heavenly Pillar Realm with my true body. Once the land of origin is dead, if I don't get treasures, I'll die as well? Lan Duo Monarch was very unwilling. As monarchs, they could leave the land of origin and explore outside initially. Nobody forced you to plunder countless creatures to swallow countless creatures. White Demon Monarch showed disdain. They continued talking as they entered the Heavenly Pillar Realm entrance. At the entrance of the Heavenly Pillar Realm, both ancient countries had stationed guardians. The one from Flame Wind Ancient Country was Luo Fong. That's Luo He God King. White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch glanced at Luo Fong in the distance, unwilling to say more. Their mood was bad at the moment. Whoosh! The two monarchs flew into the depths of the Heavenly Pillar Realm. Luo Fong sat cross-legged, responsible for guarding, merely glancing at the two monarchs. Finally they arrived. At the same moment, Huyang City. They've entered the Heavenly Pillar Realm. Luo Feng's brow eye of life and death watched from afar. Swish. With a step. The first step took Luo Feng to the entrance of the Heavenly Pillar Realm. The second step, Luo Feng explosively forced through the formations of the two ancient countries, already appearing in front of White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch. White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch were startled, seeing a silver-robed, gold-masked figure appear ahead, causing a chill in their hearts. At this moment, the two ancient royal families have elevated the galaxy ruler to the same level of untouchability as the ancestors of their nations, recognizing them as something they absolutely must not offend. Not even a single word of offense. The royal families quickly reported back what they saw. Godly kings of the royal families in other parts of the land of origin also quickly received the news, and some even saw the recorded scenes of that battle. At the entrance of the Heavenly Pillar Realm, Luo Feng was standing guard. Luo He. Master Emperor Chu transmitted his voice. Master. Luo Feng replied. The galaxy ruler has entered the Heavenly Pillar Realm, instantly killing the White Demon Monarch. Lan Duo Monarch was also killed, with only his avatar hiding in Thunder Mountain remaining. Did you get a clear view of this battle? Emperor Chu asked. Luo Feng replied, I saw it very clearly. The fight took place not far from the entrance. That galaxy ruler is still there. Do not intervene at all, Emperor Chu transmitted anxiously. As a gatekeeper, such existences are not for you to deal with. I understand. Luo Feng replied. You do not understand. You do not understand how terrifying the existences at the level of the ancestors of the two countries are, Emperor Chu warned. Remember, you cannot show the slightest disrespect. Not even your gaze can carry the slightest disrespect. A hint of disrespect could mean complete annihilation. No one in the land of origin can save you. Luo Feng felt his master's concern for him, being right on the edge of the battlefield. Don't worry, master. I think the ancestral god of the galaxy who loathes evil would not involve the innocent, Luo Feng transmitted. Don't make assumptions. The White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch both thought that by plundering and devouring countless creatures, the Thunder Ancestor wouldn't punish them. But what happened? Emperor Chu cautioned. When facing the beings of the level of the ancestors of the two nations, the galaxy ruler, never bet on their mercy, their character. Luo Feng laughed. Rest assured, master, I understand, I do. He was still keeping his identity secret, to avoid involving his master and strong individuals from the human clan, giving them a safer environment to grow. On the other hand, acting on his own, he could also be more unrestrained. It seems that my actions have greatly shocked master and the others, Luo Feng thought. Last time he killed an emperor, this time a monarch. From this, one can see, no matter the background, the galaxy ruler is just as ruthless. What's most important is, there is a stark difference between killing an emperor in 2 to 3 breaths and killing instantaneously. In the Holy Land Thunder Mountain, inside one of the palaces where Lan Duo Monarch resided. Lan Duo Monarch sat cross-legged with numerous cracks appearing in the blue and white scale armor on his body, blood seeping out. At this moment he stared blankly at the outside world. All of my avatars in the outside world, including some in the holy places, are gone? Lan Duo Monarch was somewhat dazed. His avatar within Thunder Mountain, though severely injured by Luo Feng's cursed killing and causality ramifications, was at least still alive. But all his other avatars were instantaneously erased. This sent chills down Lan Duo Monarch's spine. This is the strength of the galaxy ruler? Lan Duo Monarch was both frightened and awed. I've lost 2 of my secret treasures. This trip to the Heavenly Pillar Realm to search for treasures was commanded by the Thunder Ancestor. Lan Duo Monarch's avatar also carried 2 divine-level secret treasures, but now they had become spoils of war for the galaxy ruler. Lan Duo Monarch gradually calmed down. Losing a few avatars and 2 secret treasures was acceptable to him. Anyway, it's much better than the White Demon's fate. He must be completely dead, Lan Duo Monarch thought. Against those 2 moves from the galaxy ruler, there was no time for reincarnation. Lan Duo, come quickly with us to pay homage to the ancestor, Lei Xiao Monarch transmitted. I'm on my way, Lan Duo Monarch immediately hurried over. The White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch both felt that something was amiss at this moment. Is this the galaxy ruler? It took him just 2 or 3 breaths to kill Di Yuan. In front of him, I'm afraid I could only last 2 or 3 breaths as well. White Demon Monarch panicked at this moment, for he had no avatar. Is the galaxy ruler so mad? Lan Duo Monarch was still holding steady, for he had an avatar in MT Leiting and was confident in preserving his life. Galaxy ruler? White Demon Monarch squeezed out a wry smile, about to speak. Luo Feng, wearing a golden mask, let out a cold snort, as the secret technique of spiritual will descended upon them. Reaching the upper limit of spiritual will of the land of origin, he then cast the Lie Yuan Technique. Boom. Boom. At this moment, White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch could see nothing else but a vast rolling star that was slowly crushing down upon them. Even as ultimate realm life forms and protected by divine-level secret treasures, the overwhelming stars still rolled over their consciousness. Crack, crack, crack. Their spirits were filled with countless dense cracks. However, the residual will of their primordial bloodline always influenced them, and at this moment they could no longer suppress it, both losing control entirely. White Demon Monarch was in agonizing frenzy. Originally an old man with white skin, his white skin now stretched and spread, with a pair of white bone wings sprouting from his back, skin changing from its previous jade-like luster to a pale white, carrying the breath of death. Lan Duo Monarch's blue and white scale armor was even more suffused with a dark blue hue, and his stature and facial features rapidly changed, transforming within the blink of an eye into an ugly blue creature all over. In their loss of control, LuoFeng's eye of life and death on his forehead was observing them both at all times. After losing control, their points of destruction increase. Under LuoFeng's observation, the original handful of dozens of weak points on White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch instantly turned into densely packed thousands upon thousands of weak points. And there are differences among these weak points, some are minor, some are major, and some are even fatal. But to threaten them, a sufficient attack is required. If it was a regular First Realm Godly King, even knowing these weaknesses, they would not be able to harm the 2 monarchs in the slightest. After losing control, without wisdom, even the ability to protect oneself is greatly diminished. After seeing clearly with the eye of life and death, Luo Fong extended his hand. Boom. A 9-story tower appeared above and plummeted down, affecting the timeline to some extent during its descent. The star tower fell and struck the enemy in the same instant. Unavoidable. Fought. The seemingly simple falling of the tower was, in fact, a terrifying move unleashed by controlling the star tower. Since obtaining the Eye of Life and Death, Luo Feng had sorted through his knowledge system. Previously he had realized 8 branches fusion's secret techniques for the great Tao of life and death and couldn't progress further. But now, having evolved completely, Luo Feng finally took that crucial step and realized a 9 branches fusion secret method. From 8 branches fusion to 9 branches fusion, it seemed like only one step away, but it was a qualitative change. This was the ultimate realm secret technique belonging to the great Tao of life and death. During these 70 years, Luo Feng's Eye of Life and Death had been observing the Star Tower for a long time, and his understanding of it reached a new level, freeing even more power from the Star Tower. No. In the moment White Demon Monarch was struck by the Star Tower, perhaps due to the survival instinct inherent in life, there was a fleeting moment of clarity. In this moment of clarity he had a feeling he was going to die. Under the crash of this 9-story tower, he had no trace of vitality left. Didn't Yuan manage to last for 2 or 3 breaths? In his last moments, White Demon Monarch, unable to do anything, was filled with confusion and unwillingness. Fought. Like a great mountain toppling, mercilessly crushing an egg, White Demon Monarch was utterly annihilated. Luo Feng's Star Tower attack also contained curse killing and causality techniques, naturally affecting all of White Demon Monarch's resurrection carriers. The resurrection carriers were too fragile. Even hidden in Thunder Mountain, a trace of curse-killing power could obliterate all resurrection carriers. Curse-killing? Causality? Before acquiring the Eye of Life and Death, Luo Feng was familiar with these moves. After obtaining the Eye of Life and Death, he could even see the detailed mysteries of how these moves operated. These moves naturally also evolved as a whole. You know, real high-level primordial life forms can even soul pollute Divine Emperor-level warriors, causing the Divine Emperor-level avatars hiding in the source world to ultimately die. Luo Feng's bit of curse-killing and causality indeed is insignificant. Fought. The 9-story tower, falling simultaneously on both White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch, left them with no power to resist, both being extinguished. However, the divine-level secret treasures they each carried in the environment of the land of origin simply could not be destroyed, all remaining intact. Killed the White Demon Monarch, but Lan Duo Monarch is still alive? Luo Feng frowned slightly, his Eye of Life and Death remotely peering in the direction of Thunder Mountain. He first attacked their spirits to make them lose control, then peered at the most fatal weaknesses of the White Demon and Lan Duo, and then struck with all his might using the Star Tower. White Demon was completely dead in an instant, without even a chance for reincarnation. But Lan Duo Monarch, while his avatars elsewhere died, the one in Thunder Mountain was still alive. My curse-killing move was mostly blocked by Thunder Mountain, and the remaining small amount of power could not destroy the ultimate realm life form of Lan Duo Monarch, Luo Feng lamented internally. Under the limits of the land of origin, killing an emperor or monarch is incredibly difficult. At first it took me 2 or 3 breaths to kill Yuan. Although I have made great progress and now possess the Eye of Life and Death, I still can't touch Lan Duo Monarch. That's why I previously asked Thunder Ancestor to punish them. If Thunder Ancestor truly killed those 2 scum, naturally I would owe Thunder Ancestor a favor. But Thunder Ancestor is too proud at heart. You Galaxy ask me to kill underlings and I just kill? What am I, the Thunder Ancestor? In the end, Luo Feng had no choice but to take action himself. To kill one and let one escape. With a wave of his hand, Luo Feng collected the divine-level secret treasures left by the 2 monarchs, feeling rather regretful. This. Deep within the heavenly pillar realm, the godly kings of the 2 ancient royal families watched this scene in stunned disbelief. The galaxy ruler forcefully breaking through the formations of the 2 ancient countries had attracted the attention of other godly kings deep in the heavenly pillar realm. According to the rules, the emperors and monarchs stationed deep within the heavenly pillar realm are required to repel invaders. Both ancient royal families, including emperors and monarchs, witnessed the galaxy ruler strike at the White Demon Monarch and Lan Duo Monarch. In an instant, the 2 royal families dared not intervene. In the blink of an eye, 2 monarchs died? The White Demon Monarch is thoroughly dead, even his causality has disappeared. He died so cleanly that he probably didn't have time to reincarnate. Lan Duo Monarch has many avatars, but now only the one in Thunder Mountain remains. The godly kings of the 2 ancient royal families were utterly shocked. Last time, the galaxy ruler took 2 to 3 breaths to kill Yuan, who had ample time for reincarnation. But this time? Gone in an instant. Not even a chance to reincarnate. They were truly foolish, knowing full well the galaxy ruler loathes evil and daring to plunder so broadly. Now they've met this end. From now on, we must never provoke the galaxy ruler, not in the slightest. In that secret and vast world of MT Leiting, on the endless prairie, the Thunder Ancestor sat on the ground, leisurely observing a segment of golden finger bone. The Thunder Ancestor sensed that the monarchs were coming to pay their respects. What's going on? With a single thought, the Thunder Ancestor immediately traced the causality and the traces of time and space. Soon he understood the conflict that had taken place within the heavenly pillar realm. Good galaxy. The Thunder Ancestor roared in anger. I have already given him face, chastising the White Demon and Lan Duo. Yet, he remains dissatisfied, even acting personally. He utterly disregards me. The Thunder Ancestor was furious. Outside the source world, crises lurked everywhere with countless strong figures. The Thunder Ancestor had to be careful, extremely cautious, fearing the stir of major trouble. But within the land of origin, the Thunder Ancestor was relaxed. Here, no matter who it was, they could not harm him in the slightest. Outside the source world, I need to bear and endure. Within the land of origin, no one can make me endure. At this moment, the Thunder Ancestor was in a rage. The path he cultivated was fundamentally violent and proud. The more he suppressed outside the source world, the more he endured. Within the land of origin, he could not tolerate any defiance. Did his monarchs dare to refute him? They would all be reduced to ashes. Luo Feng passed the message, letting him handle it. Knowing that this galaxy ruler had mysteriously unpredictable means, but he still refused to completely comply with the wishes of the galaxy ruler. He wanted to act in the land of origin for his own pleasure. A junior who has never been outside the source world dares to act so brazenly before me. I must see what gives you this confidence. Instantly, the Thunder Ancestor dashed out of the secret space. Boom. Almost instantaneously, the endless violent thunder power descended upon the galaxy divine country's capital. Rumble, countless thunder serpents roamed, spreading in all directions, their might shrouding all areas surrounding the galaxy capital. Galaxy, come out for me. An angrily shouted command resonated through the 9 heavens, causing every creature in the capital and surrounding wilderness to quake with fear. The Ancestor has acted. It's the Ancestor. The monarchs on MT Leiting had intended to report to the Ancestor, but the commotion in the galaxy divine country's capital area was so massive that any godly king on the land of origin could perceive this terrifying disturbance. The Ancestor has finally acted. Lan Duo Monarch eagerly watched. He must suppress the arrogance of that galaxy ruler. The galaxy ruler was too overbearing. He consumed some creatures, not even of the galaxy divine country. In fact, the vast majority were hundreds of millions of creatures from the Thunder Ancient country. Why should he, the galaxy ruler, care so much? In a secluded corner of the land of origin, within a territory called the East Extreme Domain, the Thunder Ancestor has such a temper? A towering green-clad woman, whose body seemed as massive and immovable as a whole world, was the East Extreme Domain Ancestor, who had achieved the ultimate realm through the great Tao of life origin, subsequently entering the realm of the Divine Emperor. She slightly sheltered these aboriginal creatures of the land of origin solely because they were separated by several eras and had no bloodline relations. Flame Wind is steady in action, thunder violent and cunning. The East Extreme Domain Ancestor observed from afar. This galaxy ruler killed Lie Yuan, and even primogenitor Yen Feng could bear it. But when the galaxy ruler killed the White Demon Monarch, Thunder couldn't bear it. This conflict, I'm afraid, will be difficult to resolve. The East Extreme Domain Ancestor watched the situation unfold from afar. Emperor Qing also watched this scene from afar. Galaxy, my old brother, is so intolerant of evil that he even disregards the face of the Thunder Ancestor? Emperor Qing gently shook his head. The Thunder Ancestor is also violent by nature. For them to clash might be a good thing. Getting a taste of hardship within the land of origin might lead to more caution outside the source world. Emperor Qing thought. He believed that his old brother Galaxy ruler was too domineering in his actions. If he continued like this, he would suffer a massive loss outside the source world. It would be better to suffer a small loss within the land of origin than a huge loss in the future. Conflicts within the land of origin would not result in significant losses or troubles. The Thunder Ancestor is at the pinnacle of the Divine Emperor, having dug into the primordial bloodline to an extremely terrifying degree. His level far surpasses that of my old brother, the Galaxy ruler. Emperor Qing thought, even if my brother exchanged for incredibly powerful secret treasures, he still can't rival the Thunder Ancestor. Last time he had sparred with Galaxy, and he was well aware that, in terms of level, the Galaxy ruler was somewhat inferior to him, Emperor Qing, only narrowly winning because of that 9-layered pagoda. At that moment, in the land of origin, regardless of whether it was the East Extreme Domain Ancestor, Emperor Qing, primogenitor Yen Feng, or other ordinary godly kings, all were paying attention to this clash at the highest level on the land of origin. That is the Thunder Ancestor. Within Huyang City, the primordial ancestor looked towards the direction of the galaxy divine country with concern. Is Luo Fong really clashing with the Thunder Ancestor right now? Luo Fong. The mountain-sitting guest, using a secret treasure mirror, watched with worry. One of the land of origin ancestors, the Thunder Ancestor, truly an unbeatable presence. Even those close to Luo Fong had little confidence in him. In the palace within the galaxy capital. After killing the White Demon Monarch, Luo Feng had predicted that the Thunder Ancestor might act, so he patiently awaited in the capital. This Thunder Ancestor, as expected of cultivating the Thunder lineage of the primordial bloodline, his temper is quite irritable. Luo Feng looked up at the endless terrifying thunder above the capital, each thunderbolt powerful enough to suppress an emperor. Galaxy, come out. The thunder boomed, the voice resounding with anger. Thunder Ancestor, your kin have devoured hundreds of millions of creatures, and you still have the face to seek me? A cold voice rang out. A colossal, phantom head appeared, resembling the head of a beast. It opened its bloody maw, swallowing the endless thunder completely. This. The East Extreme Domain Ancestor, Emperor Qing, primogenitor Yen Feng, all three were astonished by this scene. This endless thunder domain, though naturally carried by the Thunder Ancestor, yet the power of the thunder domain had naturally risen to the upper limit of power on the land of origin, and such a terrifying domain, endless thunder, had actually been completely devoured? At this moment, Luo Feng soared into the sky above the capital. Clad in silver scale armor, wearing a golden mask, his mere presence exuded a terror that spread over an immensurprisingly vast range, faintly concealing a colossal phantom creature. What a powerful life form. Primogenitor Yuan Feng slightly nodded at the scene. Simply by releasing his aura, he touches the power ceiling of the land of origin. Aside from other realm insights, just the body, at least the early stage of the Divine Emperor. The threshold of the land of origin's power is the threshold of the Divine Emperor realm. Merely the release of one's aura touching this threshold indicates unimaginable bodily strength. Galaxy, old brother hasn't ventured outside the source world, yet just by cultivating within the land of origin, he's refined his physical body to this level? Emperor Qing was quite astonished. A cultivator possesses early-stage Divine Emperor strength, a combination of multiple aspects. Some cultivators might have terrifying eruptive power, but their physical body remains at the ultimate realm of God King level, which is also very common. This galaxy daring to clash with the Thunder Ancestor does speak of some reliance. The East Extreme Domain Ancestor watched from afar. At this moment, the Thunder Ancestor slightly frowned. He wasn't bothered by his naturally carried overwhelming Thunder Domain being devoured. What he cared about was the method by which this galaxy ruler devoured the Thunder Domain. A junior with at least an early-stage Divine Emperor physical body? The Thunder Ancestor frowned. Cultivating at the Divine Emperor level is like groping in the dark, making it easy to develop many flaws. Wanting to strengthen one's physical body? This is already an arduous task. Yet once the physical body grows strong enough, survival abilities naturally rise to an extraordinary level. In the environment of the land of origin, an early-stage Divine Emperor life form cannot be harmed. The Thunder Ancestor knew this. Outside he might overturn the world to destroy this physical body, but within the land of origin he posed no threat. This junior, his talent is indeed high. Without venturing outside the source world and focusing on cultivation, he's refined his physical body to the early stage of the Divine Emperor. The Thunder Ancestor's thoughts changed. Previously, the galaxy ruler could peek into the secret space of MT Latang, which merely demonstrated the possession of a powerful secret treasure. Having a secret treasure sometimes meant simply acquiring a great opportunity, not necessarily becoming a supreme expert. Outside the source world, quite a few beneficiaries of such great opportunities exist, and those fortunate figures, realizing they can't fully utilize the treasure's potential, often opt to trade them away. However, merely by cultivating within the land of origin, his physical body reached the early stage of the Divine Emperor. The Thunder Ancestor, Emperor Qin, Primogenitor Yuan Feng, East Extreme Domain Ancestor. All these Divine Emperors know what this signifies. Once he arrives outside the source world, exposed to vast information, he may soar to great heights. The Thunder Ancestor, accustomed to bearing, enduring again outside the source world, now felt a shift in mindset. The thought of endure crept into his heart. I can bear with flame wind, I can equally bear with this galaxy. Within the land of origin, the only one capable of making the Thunder Ancestor bear it was Primogenitor Yuan Feng. Now there was one more. The Thunder Ancestor wasn't a fool to have cultivated to his current level, and with a change of heart, his methods of handling things changed as well. Galaxy. The Thunder Ancestor still appeared angry. White Demon and Lan Duo devoured some creatures, and it was you who informed me. I gave you respect, chastised them, and sent them to the Heavenly Pillar realm to atone. You didn't notify me this time, targeting them directly. Isn't this giving me no respect? Luo Fong was taken aback. The previously wrathful Thunder Ancestor now began to reason, surprising even Luo Fong. Just a mere display of some physical ability and he's this courteous? Physically, I'm far behind him. Luo Fong naturally understood the difference, given his eye of life and death. In terms of sheer physicality, the Thunder Ancestor is indeed the most terrifying on the land of origin. And what about himself? Before acquiring the Eye of Life and Death, in the Great Tao of Life, he had comprehended 4 kinds of ultimate realm life forms. After obtaining the Eye of Life and Death with a deeper understanding of the Great Tao, he additionally comprehended 3 kinds of ultimate realm life forms. He had acquired 3 kinds of ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures corpse materials, these materials respectively possessing 6, 7 and 10 forms. Luo Fong comprehended 7, precisely including the most effort-consuming multi-hoofed claw creature's 6 forms. So his world life form evolved from the 24 forms to become an actual, ultimate realm primordial bloodline creature form, that is, the multi-hoofed claw creature. The multi-hoofed claw creature simultaneously embodies 24 forms, all things phase, origin form, great strength phase, 4 directions phase, 100 spirit form, and using the substance from that creature's corpse material to integrate these forms, LuoFeng's most fundamental life unit transformed into the multi-hoofed claw creature's basic life unit. Of course, in terms of spiritual will, Luo Feng far surpassed that bloodline creature. Thus, his body's vastness was much larger than that creature's. In terms of realm, Luo Feng was much stronger than that inherently less intelligent bloodline creature, capable of more perfectly unifying and mobilizing the internal power. At this moment, LuoFeng's life form was indeed an ultimate realm life form, and more formidable than most ultimate realm life forms, with a physical body superior even to an ultimate realm primordial bloodline creature. Thunder Ancestor. Numerous thoughts surged within Luo Feng, yet he still said at this time, my attitude towards the great sinners is always the same. It's widely known on the land of origin. The white demon and Lan duo, knowing well my temperament, still carried out such plunder. They utterly disregarded me, they deserved to die. Friends, let's not get angry. A hearty laugh sounded, and a robust man came forth. We are all cultivators of the land of origin, relying on each other and moving forward shoulder to shoulder. Why get angry over such a small issue? Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming great videos.